Hey, welcome back to the Spitter Swallow Beer Reviews Cinco de Mayo Extravaganza Especial. Doing Chelada Sandía Picante and the Piña Picante. So this is like watermelon, pineapple. Turn that down a little bit, thanks to my mariachi band in the background. Yeah, so this is the verses. I never really liked this one. This one was okay, but I've only had both of them once, so I figure let's save one video. We'll do both in one. So let's do it. Picante into the glass first. Sandía, watermelon. Try to give it a heavy pour so we get a little bit of head. That's what he said, right? A little bit of head on there, and it's got a little pinkish color in the head. And then the old pineapple head. A little bit of head in that one too. Which one's head's gonna last longer, right? I put both cans right there. All right, so the Sandía, kind of a pinkish. There's actual floaties in there, so I'm thinking they actually have flesh of the fruit in there. Yeah, there are. I don't know if you can see the floaties. There are floaties in that crap, so I'm thinking it's actual pieces of watermelon, maybe. And the pineapple, same thing. There's actually floaties in there, so I think they actually have pineapple and watermelon flesh in there, which is nice if that's the case. Hopefully that's what it is. Let's turn it down a little bit. Yeah, so that's going to be great. Now, the head lasts longer on the still slight head on there on the watermelon one. The pineapple, completely gone. Now, on the smell, the snifferoonie, watermelon. Supposed to be picante too. What's that mean? Hot or something like that? I don't really pick up any heat or anything. I think picante means hot, right? Or something. I don't know. I mean, because salsa is picante, right? I'm picking up mostly watermelon. There might be a slight chili smell in there, but very, 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 very faint. Now on the pineapple, it's a pineapple, but it's almost like a fake pineapple. Yeah, not my favorite. It's supposed to be pineapple picante, so we'll see which one we like first. Should I do the one I usually like least first? Maybe I'll do that, and then we'll see if the watermelon's better. We're going to do the pineapple first. Salute. You know, there is a little chili type flair in there. It's more prevalent than the pineapple. Maybe that's weird. Give it another sip. Yeah, but you can taste the pineapple underneath. There's a chili flavor there, a picante flavor. And there's pineapple, but it almost tastes like an imitation pineapple. Even though there's stuff floating around, which I'm assuming are pineapple chunks or something. You got me on that one. Anybody that works for Modelo that knows, let me know. Let me get centered a little bit more. I wish my buddy Jammer was here. I don't like doing it. You know, Jammer's right. I don't like doing beer reviews by myself either. We've been doing them together for so long. Yeah. All right, so we tasted the pineapple one. Piña Picante. Let's get into the Sandía Picante, the watermelon one. And I know when you review, you're supposed to clean your palate, before if you're going to do more than one beer or whatever. I mean, how much cleaning can you do, right? If you have a strong palate like mine, there's really no need for that. You can taste the watermelon in this. I love the watermelon flavor in this. Does it taste like true watermelon? No, it does have a little bit of that candy watermelon flavor, but it's not bad. It tastes like it might have real watermelon with a little bit of that candy type watermelon. Then again, it's almost like real watermelon. So really good. I'm having a hard time choosing. I do like the water. I do like pineapple. I probably, on a hot summer day, man, watermelon is great. I mean, if you're out at a picnic, you want to have a pineapple or you want to have watermelon. Hot summer day, you probably go with watermelon. It's just easier to eat, watery. Not only does you get that flesh of the watermelon, but you get the hydration from it. Same thing with the pineapple, but more taste of that watermelon. I wish that sign right there put our especial, because that's the main part of it. Cinco de Mayo extravaganza especial, but I wasn't going to fix it. I'm like, screw it. Good enough. Spit or swallow beer review. What am I going to go with? They're both pretty good. Now, the pineapple one has a little bit more of a salt flavor with that one, actually. So you got the pineapple, a little bit of salt, a little bit of that picante heat. Well, there is a salt in that one, too. They're both not bad, actually. The last time I did this one, I didn't like it too much. But now that I'm doing it, it's not bad. I still pick the lemon or lime and salt one over this one, but not bad. Yeah, I don't know what the ABV is on these ones. It says brewed in Mexico, so I think these are. Yeah, I think they brew some regular Modelo in St. Louis at the Anheuser-Busch place, but these ones, the Cheladas, are brewed in Mexico, according to the can. I don't know what the ABV is on this, so I don't want to really. Let's see if I can go to Beer Advocate real quick. Modelo Chelada. Sandía is 3.5%, and the Piña is 3.5%. All the Cheladas, oh my God, they have a Chelada Negra con chili, but I haven't seen that one. See what the hell that looks like. No picture. But all the Cheladas look like they're 3.5%. Yeah. Except for the Tamarindo Picante, that's 3.3%. What do you know, right? I need some sun. I mean, look how dark my Mexican brothers are compared to me. I'm muy gringo. All right, I'm a little bit ahead on the watermelons ahead so far. All right, let's start off with this first time. Well, my grade, just a little bit of that pineapple taste. Just tastes a little artificial. I'm going to give it a C plus and a swallow. The watermelon one, a little bit better. B minus and a swallow and a quarter. There you go. I wonder what the hangover factor is on these, you know? You know, I wonder what Hispanic country has the best classic music. You know, is it Mexico? Is it Colombia? Any of the other Central American countries? Any of the South American countries? Or Cuba or Puerto Rico? What Hispanic country do you think has the best classical? I'm talking about from the 1800s, early 1900s music. Yeah, that'd be interesting to know. Should I chat GPT it? I don't want to lose this music though. Chat GPT. Yeah, Jammer has been sending me videos. Okay, he stopped. Jammer has been sending me like a lot of videos. I'm like, I can't believe you're sitting here, got all this time to send me videos, forward me these videos, crazy videos, but you're not watching me on the Spitter Swallow Beer Review, but you can watch other videos while I'm live. So that just tells me how important I am to Jammer. He's watching other videos, not watching me. When Jammer's on solo, I try to watch unless I'm sleeping or at work. Any other time I'm watching. Yeah, I watched the best video. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen. I think I might have sent it to. Let me see, because Jammer sent me so many videos today. Turn that music off real quick. There was a really good. I don't know if I sent. I thought I sent to all those guys, but maybe I didn't. There's this guy that people call him. He gives bad news to people. People pay him to call other people to give them bad news. Plus, he's making money off of videos, I'm sure, on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. People say, hey, I want you to call this person. Here's their number. Give them the bad news. Hey, this is so-and-so from so-and-so's gives bad news. I'm calling, Roscoe said he wanted to call you. You know, some of them are kind of stupid, but some of them are pretty funny. He called one lady today, and she got all Karenized. That was pretty funny, actually. I wish I could find it. I thought I sent it to some. I guess because I was coming back from break, I didn't forward it to nobody. Shit. Oh well. Yeah, that's not it. I guess because I was coming back from break, I didn't forward it. Oh boy. Hey, there's Shagdog right there on video. Came right up top of my thing. Oh. I tell you what, this girl, I'm looking at her Facebook profile right now. I remember one time she was married. I didn't do nothing with her, but one time I'm in my old watering hole when I lived in Florida, and she came up to me, and I've always thought, I had sort of an attraction to her. She came up to me at the bar. She just arrived. She's already, probably not 3 sheets to the wind, but probably 2. She came up to me, gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and I rarely even talked to her, My brother knew her more than I did, and I might have seen her at her workplace a few times or something, but I was very shocked. But it was a nice embracing hug and, like a long kiss on the cheek, and then right there in my face, looking at me. And I was like, what the and she's married. I'm like, what is that? The damn shame. But she's not married anymore, but she's already, I guess she's been having marital problems for the past year or two. she's already with the guy. Plus, I mean, she's 400, 500 miles away, whatever it is. No chance. And I'm just thinking about that night, anyhow, that special kiss. And it was probably just, hey, how are you doing? I took it for more than what it was. But it was nice. It's a good memory. And I was with my ex at that time, I believe, too. She wasn't there, though. Boy, I would have been in trouble. One time I had an old coworker come up to me with my ex. I was at that bar. Hey, we're going to get together for some drinks this Friday. A bunch of old coworkers. You want to come? And boy, my ex-girlfriend got livid. Who was that bitch? You know, that kind of stuff. I was like, it's just some girl who used to work where I was at. You know, I haven't seen her in like 10 years. Oh, Jesus. Anywho, yeah, it looks like the watermelon's winning. Hey, I found an old friend on Facebook. I always looked up my old school buddies from grade school, middle school, high school, and a couple of them I never found on any of these social media sites. I'm just thinking, well, they're dead or they don't do social media. And finally found one. My brother came across them. He's like, hey, I just came up somebody you might know, and he's friends of friends, on Facebook or whatever. He's shown as a friend with one of our cousins. So he must be from where we're originally from in New York. I'm like, well, I looked him up, found him. And I haven't seen him since, God, I was either in 9th or 10th grade right when I moved. And because he moved about a year before my sophomore year, so he started going to a different school or whatever, probably 2 years before that. But yeah, I saw his picture and I was like, holy shit. I mean, I could tell it was him, but it looks, not seeing a person from the time they were like 14 up until now they're 52 or 53. And you're like, holy shit. Yeah. So the first word I said to him was, hey, old man. Old man calling someone else old man. But we didn't catch up really. We chatted a little bit. I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I work midnight shift. Yeah. So hopefully we can catch up a little bit. I mean, it's weird how people just... He lived in Atlanta for many years, he said. And I was like, man, another one of our friends lived a little east of Atlanta in Covington, Georgia. And he's like, damn, I wish I'd known that. We could have hung out all these years. I was like, yeah, he's been there since like mid to late 90s. Now he's in Houston for the last few years. So it's interesting to see some friends, how they travel across the country. They end up weird places, weird towns. I mean, not weird towns, but, cities you never would think, hey, this person is going to end up in this city when they get older. If somebody told you that, you'd be like, if a fortune teller told you that. I mean, even like with me, hey, you're going to move to this state, then you're going to join the army, and then you're going to go back to this state, but somewhere else in that state, and then you're going to travel to a southern state. And then after 24 years, you're going to go to a different state. It's just so you wouldn't believe it. You're like, yeah, why the hell would I move around like that, Anywho. Yeah, wow. I don't know if we're going to get a storm, but now it's pretty dark out there. Interesting. As long as I don't lose power or the internet, the show must go on. I got one more beer review to do. Wait, I'm done with beer reviews, right? Yeah, I'm going to do a drinking and thinking next. Maybe, or I might just call it a day. Shit. Not sure if I should do another shot of tequila on the next video. Like I said earlier, tequila is the beast. It's my worst enemy. but I've only done one shot. I remember one time, me and my girl were doing shots of tequila, drinking, and she got one of those dice games. One of them we used to go to trivia, and sometimes they give out weird sexual gifts or whatever. And we got the dice game. It's like 2 dice and kiss this person here on whatever part of your body. That kind of weird game, Spencer Gifts type stuff. So we decided, hey, we're drinking beers, doing a couple of shots of tequila. Hey, let's play this game. Yeah. I think we were playing that game for 30 minutes. We've already done a lot of shots of tequila, drank a lot of beers at that point. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in bed with my clothes on. She's in bed with her clothes on. I'm thinking the game probably was getting us excited, kissing each other in different spots or licking or whatever the heck the game was. Decided to take it to the bedroom, and I think it didn't get no further than that, and we both passed out. It's like, well, at least it was a happy, passing out, I guess. Yeah. But there's other times with tequila, like got bad news, drinking tequila. Tequila is an emotional liquor. Whatever you're feeling, tequila enhances that, whether you're in a happy, depressed, in a good mood, in a bad mood. It just, my one friend one time, God rest his soul, I was home on leave, it was after I got out of the Army. I was back in old Northeast Pennsylvania, and he sees his ex-wife walk into the bar, so he decides to start doing shots of tequila. And I'm like, okay, let's do shots of tequila. I'm like, okay, we're doing shots. But it was, I guess he saw some dude with his wife, and he's just been separated, a few months from her or something. Now, I don't know if this dude was just hitting on his wife. Anyhow, this one time he pays the tab. He pays it. Hey, how much I owe you? Tab. He pays the tab real quick. Let's go, Shagdog. I'm like, okay. I'm like, we're leaving? That's pretty early. And we get outside. As soon as he gets outside, but what he saw was this dude was leaving. He's going to go out and fight this guy. I didn't know that. I'm just like, oh, we're leaving? Okay. I don't know what's going on in his head and what he's doing. We probably did the 2 pitchers of beer, and he probably drank about 5 shots of tequila or whatever. We get outside. As soon as he gets outside, he starts fighting this guy. They're going toe to toe. I'm trying to break it up. 3 of this guy's friends are like, no, let him go, which is good because at least it wasn't like a 4-on-2 or whatever. But I'm trying to break it up. I'm like, fuck that. But they're going toe to toe, beating shit out of each other. And then they find out people talk shit while they're fighting. They both find out they're Marines. Then they start being buddy. I'm like, what the fucking Marines, right? They start, my friend was a small guy. He was going toe to toe with this big dude. But the big dude eventually got him in a chokehold, and he tapped out or whatever, and the guy let him go, thankfully. Probably could have killed him. But after that, they started talking, and I was, First Marine Division, whatever, and they're buddy. And then I was staying with another friend. So my friend was going to drop. He was driving, and he's like, I'm going to drop you off. I'm like, okay. And he takes, we're going to go to breakfast. I'm like, what? He's bringing this dude he just got in a fight with to breakfast with us. I'm like, okay. And then, another time during breakfast, they're talking shit to each other again. We get to my other friend's house that I'm staying at. And as soon as we get there, I had some beer there. I'm like, hey, I got some beer there. And we go in. My friend and his girlfriend were sleeping. I go in my friend's bedroom while they were sleeping. I'm like, hey, Dieter's out there with some dude he got in a fight with at the bar. But apparently they're buddy now. They're Marines. But I just want to let you know before some shit happens. So he comes out and, they're joking around, but all of a sudden they're like smacking each other. Like, yeah, your turn. Doing smack. Like, kind of like that competition now. They invented it, really. That smack wasn't that bad, but yeah. I was like, what the fuck? My other friends looking like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was crazy. Marines. But things that tequila does. The moral of the story. Marines are crazy. Happy birthday, right? November 10th, Marine birthday. I mean, what other company or organization or whatever has a birthday where all the former members, or wait, they're always Marines, right? Get all excited and giddy about, right? Nothing besides the Marines. The watermelon won. Pineapple coming in a close second. Watermelon is much better than that, I think. I got 3 more of these though. If you want them, if you want me to send you some beer mail, let me know. I like how on the beer cans up here on the picture, it has it almost like it's salted rim or something. I don't know, red salt. Hey, yesterday was May the 4th be with you, right? I missed that one. I was going to do something yesterday morning, but I was like, you know what? I can't drink 2 days in a row. So I didn't do nothing. I should have, though. Ooh, I did some Star Wars movies last week. I watched New Hope not Return of Jedi. New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. I didn't watch Return of Jedi. I'm not a big fan of Return of the Jedi. So I skipped it. I said, you know what? Let's go back now. Phantom Menace, Clone Wars. I didn't get all the way through. Both of those I had to pause. I couldn't watch the whole movie. I finished both of them eventually after about 4 days. 2 days of watching each. But so I was going to go to the next one, Revenge of the Sith, but I was like, you know what? Me and Jim were talking about Star Wars and Star Trek a few days ago. I was like, let me watch Wrath of Khan because that's the best Star Trek one. I was like, I'm going to watch Wrath of Khan, then The Search for Spock, and then The Voyage Home, and then whatever the heck the next one's called with the Spock's brother going to the center of the universe or center of the galaxy or whatever. Which to me, if they go to the center of the galaxy to look for God, that means does Star Trek not go outside the galaxy? Can they not get to other galaxies? Riddle me that one. Because if they're going to the center of the galaxy, thinking it's heaven there, the Spock's brother, have they not conquered enough speed to go to other galaxies? That's a possibility, actually. That means there's a whole wide frontier to still explore. I mean, you figure in the Milky Way galaxy, let's check it. Let's chat GPT it. Since I can't depend on Jammer, and I went ahead and paid for the extra chat GPT thing today myself, I was like, yeah, I can only do like 2 pictures a day on chat GPT. Do I want to pay $20 a month? So I said, you know what? If I can't do something, usually if I'm on with Jammer, he can do 1 or 2, but I can't do nothing without him. So I went ahead and paid for that today. So what the hell was I going to check chat GPT for? How many stars are in the Milky Way galaxy, and how many of those stars possibly have life in one of their planets? Let's check. All right, so stars in the galaxy has to be an estimate because they don't know. Okay, I get that. The Milky Way has roughly 100 billion to 400 billion stars. NASA commonly says more than 100 billion, while NASA Blue Shift gives the wider common estimate of 100 to 400 billion. As for how many might have life on one of their planets, nobody knows yet. We have not confirmed life anywhere beyond Earth, but estimates say the Milky Way could have hundreds of millions to billions of planets in habitable zones, meaning places where liquid water might exist. One older estimate suggests about 500 million habitable zone planets, and newer work suggests potentially around 10 billion stars could have planets capable of supporting life. So a fair simple answer is stars in the Milky Way, about 100 to 400 billion planets that might possibly support life. Maybe hundreds of millions to billions planets confirmed to have life, one Earth. The only confirmed planet that have life is ours. We haven't confirmed us. I mean, we see these things with those certain telescopes. Yeah, this planet is in the habitable zone, but we don't know if there's life on there or not. You know? And once the habitable zone for some other star, you know, that star smaller than ours or bigger than ours, you know, you really don't know. But what if life is only here? And all these aliens are interdimensional beings like demons and stuff. I mean, that's a possibility too. I just spilled my beer. Oh, I don't want to get my computer wet. I gotta get something cleaned up. All right, we're done with this one. Spinner's Wall of Beer review. We'll see you in the next one. Ooh. Cheers.